Yes, sir. Good evening, one and all present here online for today's webinar on integrating IoT with Python. I, Neha Patil, working as an assistant professor in computer engineering department, welcome you all on behalf of our department. We all are aware about the current situation of COVID-19. In this pandemic, we have seen the IoT devices designed for especially for the sanitization and the healthcare also. So purpose of our today's webinar is also to be familiar with IoT and how we can use the Python with IoT. For today's webinar, we have Mr. Atul Kathore and Mr. Kailash Tambe from Yash InfoTech as a speaker with us. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of Computer Engineering Department. Now, instead of taking too much time, I request you to take over the charge and start the session. But before starting the session, I request all the students and participants, if you have any doubts or questions, then you can send that questions in the chat window. On behalf of you, I will ask that question to the sir at the end of the session. And also attendance and feedback form for the today's session, we will send 10 minutes before the end of the session. So thank you everyone. And now, sir, you can start the session.
Okay. Good evening, all of you. From Yash Infotech, I am here Atul Kathode with the Kailash Tambe sir. Due to some traffic problem, Kailash Tambe sir will join us within 5 to 10 minutes. Till time, I am going to start with the your session. If just like ma'am said that if you have any query, you can drop the message on the chat box. Then at the end of the session, we'll discuss the all the queries. Screen is visible to all of you, right? Ma'am, it's visible.
It's visible.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 We are going to start discussing regarding the integrated IoT with the nowadays.
Yes.
Okay. It's fine now. Yeah. Yeah. We are going to start on the integrating IoT with the Wi-Fi. Nowadays, everything is connected with the internet. Every device and everything. In the COVID situation, everyone knows that we are using temperature sensors, IR sensor, wireless hand sanitizer, and everything. But for making that devices, we are going to use the different sensors as well as the different languages for personal coding that things. Just like the hand sanitizer, we need to use the some Python coding with the Arduino or Raspberry Pi, so we can develop that device. In the end of this session, we are going to see all those things in the practical way. While starting with the IoT, so, first of all of us have the question that why IoT implement or why IoT is going to use. Because the everyone is nowadays everyone is using the internet, and the things means anything that can be connected to the internet. So everyone is by default is using the IoT, but number of person or number of students don't know which one device is the IoT and which one is not. So for that we are going to share one video. From that you are going to cover some basics of IoT, how IoT devices or how IoT is using in nowadays.
Sir, this video is not having any audio.
Ma'am, is audio not getting?
Voice is
Video
not only the picture.
audio आहे. ओके, इकडं तर साऊंड चालू आहे. तुमच्या साईडचे ऑडिओ चालू करायला लावा ना मॅम. ओके, दिस वन इज द बेसिक व्हिडिओ. मॅम, याचा साऊंड नव्हता आला का?
नव्हता सर.
हॅलो.
देयर वॉज नो.
ओके, त्याला साऊंड होता. मॅम, आणखीन एक काम करा ना, एक सर जॉईन झालेले कैलाश तांबे, त्यांना अनम्यूट करा ना.
ओके. चेतन सर. चेतन सर. हा.
Yes. Am I audible to everyone?
येस सर, येस सर.
Am I audible?
हा
Now?
सर, येत आहे, आवाज येत आहे.
Okay. So thank you, Atul sir. I'll just take a charge. Okay.
ओके, फाईन. Hello.
Please go to the PPTs. Sir, just a minute. Atul sir, just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Sir.
Yeah. Can I start?
सर, बाकीच्यांना आवाज मला समजत नाही. हॅलो मॅम.
Sir, you are audible. You can start.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening, one and all, everyone. Very good evening to everyone. I am Professor Kailash Tambe. So we are here to understand IoT concepts, right? And IoT with the Python. Just now you watched one video in that right from the start, you might have seen that the flowers are there and the water supply, that is the smart irrigation they have implemented, and that is by using IoT. So based on what the how they have used this IoT, I'll just give you the overview, and then in last we are going to see the applications and related projects of the IoT. So here in that video, you might have seen the flowers. Flowers are there. Flowers were there, and these flowers getting the irrigation system, that is water and fertilizer supplied by the system is there, that is based on IoT. So how they will come to know that when there is need of water and fertilizers and all things. So it is just based on the sensors. So sensors are attached with that particular what we can say the area where the flowers are planted and cultivated. And the thing is that for these the soil moisture sensor is used. So for soil moisture sensor, it will sense the moisture of the soil, and if it is below the threshold value, so we need to set the threshold value, and it is according to the crop what we want to cultivate, right? So according to that, the threshold, if it is below the threshold value, so that time the motor pump will start automatically, and when it is above the threshold, at that time the motor pump will stop automatically. And here you can see one more thing is there. So you know that the nowadays the temperature is rising day by day. So these are what in the control environment, in greenhouse or in polyhouse. So there sometimes they need the foggers also when temperature shoot or temperature hit some threshold value. Let's say for particular crop there is a range of the temperature. If it is goes beyond that, then automatically the foggers will start, and it will control the temperature. It will bring the temperature down, right? So this was the example. After that, one more were there. So that was like what some passenger just met with an accident, and after that automatically, so the system which is implemented inside the car, which inform automatically to the ambulance also, and to the policeman also, right, cops. So they come, and the ambulance people take that particular casual person or the passenger, and they go to the hospitals. So same time the police come on the spot, and they can check. So this is what, you know, the devices are there, and the route management is there. So after that, the you might have seen that the patient was on the stretcher, and when he was on the stretcher, so earlier there were the SpO2 sensors were fitted in that patient's what finger, right? So that was earlier what, you know, that was the connected devices, but now the remote devices are there, and now it is IoT based. So when they start journey in the ambulance from the spot, right, accident spot, till they reaches to the hospital, sometimes what traffic route or in the country like India, it is very difficult. But depends on the what we can say the situation of the patient, doctor needs to take some decisions, right? So that what we can say. So that patient's condition like SpO2, then the heart rate, and what BP and many other parameters. So which will help doctor to configure to make it out some plan, right? For the these things comes under the what critical cares, right? And then ICU and many other things have started. That was what, you know, the example related to the IoT. After that, here the focus on IoT is IoT. What is IoT actually? So the things which are around us, if we make them enable as an internet enable, then we could say it is the Internet of Things, and this is nothing but the IoT. So when we are saying that the IoT is there, so what we are doing actually now? So we are configuring the devices, we are controlling the devices, and we are networking via the internet of these devices. So these are actually the things that are traditionally not associated with the internet, but we bring them on the internet. So, and we use it as a utility meters, a Bluetooth connected headsets, irrigation pumps, sensors, or control circuits for an electrical car engines. So you might have seen that high-end cars are there, BMWs and all. In that, the you can check the tire pressures, you can check the engine status, the RPMs, current RPM, the what the previous readings, and many other facilities they have provided, right? So it means what, they have fitted some sensor inside that, and some system is there which is monitoring, which is controlling all these things. So these are the example for the what we can say nowadays the things are around us, right? The expert says they have forecasted that at the end of 2020, by the year of 2020, there will be a total 50 billion devices or the things you could say that connected to the internet. Okay, please go to the next slide. Atul sir, can you go to the next slide?
Hello.
Yeah, can you go to next slide, please?
सर नेक्स्ट केलेली आहे विजिबल आहे कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ IoT.
No, not yet. Now it's
Coming
okay.
in,
It's
sir.
okay. Yeah, it's okay. See,
Yeah.
students, dynamic and self-adapting is nothing but the what we could say the characteristics of the IoT. So, in what sense it is dynamic? In what sense it is self-adapting? So, IoT devices systems may have the capability to dynamically adapt with the changing context and take actions based on the operating conditions. Fine, fine. User context or sensed environment. For example, I'll give you the very good example which we used to give to all students, that is surveillance system comprising of number of surveillance camera. So in you might have seen that in your societies, in your premises, college premises, the CCTV cameras are there, right? Closed circuit television, right? So this is the CCTV cameras, and this CCTV camera we call these as a surveillance system that comes under the surveillance system. So what is the relation of the dynamic nature and self-adapting? So capability of dynamically adapt, right? So adapt means what? Adapt means what when the self-adapting is there. So adapt means what? Grasping something, or we are understanding something, or we are just adjusting something, right? So here self-adapting dynamically when, for example, if cameras are there, if any object, so three things are there when camera, as far as camera is concerned. See, we have to understand the basic first. So three things are there. Very first, that is nothing but the object identification, object recognition, and then the matching of that object, right? So here, object identification, it means what? The range of that particular camera. You can see that every camera has some limitations, and that is nothing but what we could say the properties of that. That is the ranges, right? So up to 5 meter, up to 4 meter, they can see clearly, right? But beyond that, they they cannot say that this is the what we can say the object X object is there, right? First, detecting, it means some object is there, and it is X object is there. That is nothing but the what we could say identification is that some object is there and X object is there. That is nothing but the recognition. Okay. So here the cameras are, that if the object is on the what we can say in their range, but it is not visible, then they dynamically adapt their lenses accordingly. They zoom in and zoom out, right? So this is nothing but what? Self-adapting, right? So you got it. This dynamic and self-adapting, these both concepts are there with this surveillance system. Okay. So next slide, please, Atul sir.
Sir, Kelly.
Okay, it will take time. Yeah. Self-configuration is also important one. So devices may have self-configuring capability, allowing a large number of devices to work together to provide certain functionalities such as weather monitoring. You know that the weather monitoring is there. So for weather monitoring, over the large geographical area, these sensor nodes are supposed to deploy randomly, and some geographic locations are there. So weather are changing very drastically. You know that suddenly it is the sunny day goes to the cold one, right? So cold days go to the sunny one, or some dense cold like situations are there. So here the self-configuring capabilities are there with the sensor, and according to the the ranges of that temperature, they mold themselves, they configure themselves for that particular condition. Okay, so this was the self-configuring environment for the sensors. Sir, please, next slide. Okay. When we are deploying the large number of nodes, so we have to take account that which node is sensing what data. Because you know that when we are deploying the nodes, so every node is equipped with some sensors, right? And these sensors keep sensing the environmental changes like pressure, temperature, or we can say the moisture, many other parameters. Maybe that depends on what kind of sensor we are using. It's fine. So all these sensors keep sensing the data, and when there is some trigger at that time, they sense the data and they send it to the what we can say the central location, or we can say that is to the what we can say the uh, base station, right? So now what happened? Which data is coming from which sensor? That is very important. See, if your data is coming from sensors and you don't know that what is the identity of that sensor, sensor and what is the location of that sensor, then data is not meaningful. Okay, so to give that unique identity, that like as the IP, we are having the unique identity for every machine by using the IP address around. So there is also unique identity and unique identifier for the IoT devices. So next slide, please. Because these sensors, every sensor which you have deployed, that sensing that data after every interval of time, and that data, that data we used to say it as a production data. The data we used to say it as a production data. Now here you can see that the number of applications are there. So I'll just discuss the what we can the spotty one, which in very detail, and you might have seen around you, right? So the very first home automation IoT application. So smart lighting is there. Smart appliances are there. Intrusion detection, smoke gas detector. Smoke gas detector. I'll start with this. Smoke gas detectors. You might have seen that in what the corporate floors, and you might have seen that the companies, the smoke gas detectors nowadays in buildings and societies also there. So these smoke gas detectors are fitted, so they sense that, right? So sensors are there for that particular gas, and these used to sense that continuously. When it detect that, so it will send the information along with the location, so that they can do the preventive action for that by calling the fire brigades and all. Location is important one, right? Next is the intrusion detection. Intrusion detection, we'll discuss that afterwards, right? In last, Atul sir will tell you about the intrusion detection. Smart appliances. Nowadays, you know that the LED panels are there, which gives you the light, but some smart LED panels are also there, which detect the the motion, right? So, for example, you have the two-bedroom flat. In that, you by key you are by using key you are opening the flats, and as soon as you enter inside the drawing room, so the led panel which is in the that the entrance area of that particular door, so it will start because it has detected the motion, right? And as you keep moving, right, from left to right and right to left, right, so that side the led panels will, right, respectively. And you know that as soon as you reach to the you complete the circle, right, that time that all lamps are glowing. But the thing is that again, in that, if you are in the production floor, so you need a continuous light, right? But you know that it is programmable, it is timely fashion also. Let's see, sometimes that at home we require the light at after 6 p.m. We used to we are supposed to use all the lights, right? So some depends on the customer need, we can customize that also, right? So depends on the intensity of light. You know that in summer days, though, till 7:30, 7:15, the lights are their intensity are good, so we don't require that appliances, right, need to be start. And this way depends on that we can program and we can do accordingly. So this was the smart lighting, smart appliances, cities, smart parking. Might have seen that in your what the problem statement, as your hackathons and all. The smart roads are there. Smart roads are in India. It is I'm not sure about that, but in foreign countries, yeah, overseas the smart roads are there, where automatically it will detect the speed of the vehicle, then the load of that particular vehicle, and many other details. Structural health monitoring. I'll tell you that till these we are using these IoT sensors and all the what the problems around us. But in civil construction, I'll give you the what example. Once building is in construction, once building is constructed, so the building life is up to 100 years. What kind of material that you have used depends on that, right? The strength of steels, the cement, and many other combinations are there. So here, that is what the raw information. But what things are what is the root cause to reduce the life of that particular structure? So that is nothing but if there is any play between the what we steel that you have used inside that what we can say the columns and all, and if any water leakage, so it will it will just reduce the strength of that particular steel, and for that, to keep sensing what is the strength of that particular steel material, the what the cement strength and all sensors are available at the time of pouring all these material. If you put the sensors inside that, right, including the supply and many other things we have to take care, and after that the sensors start sensing the strength over the period of time. Let's say every second there is no need to check the strength, but after every some what we can say the days or months, you can keep the program in that. You can do the program and you will get the result accordingly. So that will give the structural health monitoring. In India, it is not popular, but outside India, they are doing this in their construction businesses and all. Okay, fine. The next one, weather monitoring, air pollution monitoring is possible by using the IoT, by using some sensors, carbon monoxide, then many other gases are there. Forest fire detection. You might have seen that in Australia, last 6 months, the news was that the 50 lakhs animals died, right? So forest fire detection. You need to deploy the nodes randomly, and they detected if they detect the flame and the temperature was on the beyond some threshold, they should intimate in relay fashion to the base station, and accordingly, that what the firefighting system will start, or they may call some what the preventive or the some corrective actions they may take, right? So these things are there. They have implemented for the what we can say the Mexico in US borders and many other places. Energy, smart grids, renewable energy system, prognostics. So I'll give you information like that. You might have seen that our MSCB meters, right? Everyone is familiar with the MSCB. So the meters are there. What is the manual method? Their employee used to come here and take a manual reading, and then they are going to submit it. They take a photo and as a proof, and based on that the calculations will be done, and then you'll receive a bill. After that you have to pay that. But nowadays that the that meter is there, so one node is equipped with the meter, so they have applied the metering concept in that for the current, right? So whatever the consumptions are there, so if the billing cycle is started from 11th of the month, so next 11th of the month, so the last 11, the reading was 120, and this 11th, the reading is what that the 300. So 180 unit you have consumed, and accordingly you will be charged. But the thing is that there is no need to have the what manual intervention. One node is attached to that. So instead of going to every society and every what the meter, only one concentrator then need to run across the main road, and then these nodes attached with the meter automatically send the data for last month. It will receive by the concentrator, and it will update it in your account, because the unique identity is also there with that sensor, which is associated with that particular customer number, right? And this way it is implemented nowadays in Nanded city and many other the main societies of for example, in Pune, it is there. They have implemented, right, and same for the water metering also. Okay. Retail inventory management is there. You can see that the Amazon, the smart payments, and the smart vending machine are the best example. Logistics, you can see the major logistic provider are using these with the IoT devices, route generation, scheduling, the fleet tracking, shipment monitoring, everything. In Amazon also they're using these logistics. Agriculture, smart irrigation, greenhouse control. We have already discussed this for the video. Industry, machine diagnosis and prognosis, indoor air quality monitoring. So machine diagnosis and prognosis, that the Mahindra and Mahindra telco plant, they have the welding robots, right? So under what the temperature, which can't be human can't stand there, human beings can't stand there or can't handle that particular situation. So there they have fitted the robots, and they're using those robots for the weldings, minute weldings, and for the good quality weldings. But the thing is that some other machineries are also there, where the temperature while manufacturing or while that these processes is keep rising, right? Where uh, human intervention cannot handle that things, right? Or you manually you can't see that any calibration is required for that particular machines or any maintenance is required. So for that things you can deploy the sensors and sensors will keep sensing that is there any calibration is required, is there any maintenance is there, right? So by checking the properties of that particular area by material, right? So accordingly, that is the example of the industry. Healthcare, health and fitness monitoring, right from the fitness band, wearable electronics, many and more examples are there. Okay, so this was the superficial example applications of the IoT in our general life. Okay, sir, please move to the next slide. Okay, students, this is important one. What are the set of rules on that the communication happen and we call it as a protocol. So Bluetooth protocol, Wi-Fi protocol, if not 2.15.4, the personal area protocol, right? Then the Zigbee protocol. These protocols are there. So based on that, the working will be there. Here you can see that. We'll start with the Bluetooth protocol. Sir, please. So as you know that the Bluetooth is what the technology is there, where you might have used. I'm sure that everyone has used this Bluetooth technology. A designer of wireless application has multiple choices of standards and protocol ranging from simple to amazing complex. Here we have the choices Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So has found niche in audio space with billions of cell phone headset connected. Nowadays you might have seen that using Bluetooth technology. So again in Bluetooth the latest one the version is different, right? Which you are last 6 months they have we can see in market that the wireless headphones earphones are there, right? And this is automatically get connected with the phone using the Bluetooth, right? And which is the low energy consumption. So you can use the hands-free connections and wireless speakers also nowadays. So in the medical and sport fitness world to monitor an individual player's physical status, they used to use this such type of devices by using this Bluetooth protocol. So please move to the next slide. Okay, like the same way the Wi-Fi protocol is there, which is we usually called as a premier local area network technology for high-speed internet access for laptops, smartphones, and tablets. And now this is the this is the part of our daily routine. So in a stripped down form, it can also be used in data acquisition applications. So different versions are available for that 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, 60 gigahertz for industrial application, scientific and medical ISM bands are there, industrial, scientific and medical. So we'll see the example for this Wi-Fi protocol. Nowadays, you know that when you are at home, we are using the same connection which we are using for the internet earlier by using the wire cable that comes in Ethernet. Then we used to put it into the your router and it starts giving access wirelessly, which is what you know the multi-objective. For example, you can use it with your mobile, your laptops, right, your TVs, smart TVs, and many other devices at your home, right? Okay. And the remaining protocol, that is remaining two protocol, it will explained by the Atul sir. So Atul sir,
Yes, sir.
yeah, can you continue, please?
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
okay. Thank you.
yeah. Uh, Now we are going to discuss about the IEEE protocol and the Zigbee protocol. As you know, the IEEE standard definition defined by the Electrical Electronic Engineering Institute of Electrical Electronic Engineering. The set of rules and the definition can be followed by each and every wireless devices as well as the wire devices. In the generally IoT devices contain the 802.15 group of standard can be used for the IoT devices set of protocols. Uh, Next is the Zigbee protocol. Zigbee protocol is a short-range protocol. It is implemented in the 1990s, but from the 2004, it is not usable generally because in the after the 2004, The Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth protocol was prepared and used generally in day-to-day life. So ZigBee protocol is the short range and the costly. So nowadays, generally the people is not going to use ZigBee protocol. Some student don't know regarding the ZigBee protocol. Nowadays, we are not using, so it is maybe possible that the ZigBee protocol is not heard by the many of the person. Those are the different protocol that generally we are using: Internet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the ZigBee protocols. Uh, Nowadays, generally we are using the Wi-Fi in the TVs, smart TVs. The range of the smart TV is the 16 gigahertz frequency because we need to synchronize our mobile phone with the TV. So it is also the example of our IoT device. Now, moving towards the practical approach, just like we have discussed all the things. Now, I have one video to show that all these IoT devices we are using in day-to-day or general. Is it visible to everyone? Sir, ma'am, is it visible? Hello?
No, sir. The Zigbee protocol slide is there.
You are not getting the video, ma'am.
Yes, sir. No, no video is there, sir.
Okay, okay.
Abdul sir,
Yes,
yeah, any problem?
no.
Hello.
तर ते व्हिडिओ दिसत नाही. हॅलो.
हा व्हिडिओ नाही दिसत आहे.
हा, ते चेक करते.
लोड व्हायला वेळ घेतो. इट्स ओके नाव.
सर, विजिबल आहे? हॅलो. हॅलो.
Sir, please play the video.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes,
Yes, yes.
yes. Please go ahead.
Uh, okay. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Ma'am. All student. This video is regarding our day-to-day life that we are going to use generally in our lives, like sprinkler, visit. You can use the fridge, automated notification. All those are things in day to day we are using. For making that things usable, you need some devices with synchronized with the IoT, like sensors, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, and other devices. Okay. Now we are going to some practical approach which we have developed in nowadays and using generally in day-to-day life. Just like the automated sanitizer is due to the COVID, it's in the market, and generally all the peoples are using the sanitizer. But by using our hand, it is used by the many people. But we are trying to develop it by using the wireless sensors. This is the diagram of wireless hand sanitizer, and this one is the video. This is the example that we have made. By for these devices, you need to know the Python language and some sensors, how to use the sensor that is known as the IoT. You can also intimate that the sensor sanitizer is empty or tank is empty by sending the notification on the mobile by using the wireless devices or the internet. Second one is the example of the KBC quiz system. Uh,
So no voice is coming.
Sorry, ma'am.
There is no audio for this video. If you explain this, then it will be better.
Yeah, ma'am. This is the KBC system. आपण KBC मध्ये यूज करतो. हॅलो.
Yes, sir.
हा, केबीसी मध्ये आपण केबीसी सिस्टीम यूज करतो. प्लेयर 1, प्लेयर 2, प्लेयर 3 असतात. जर आपण त्याच्यावर प्रेस केलं तर कोणत्या प्लेयरनी आपली की पेस्ट केलेली आहे, कोण फर्स्ट प्लेयर आहे, हु ओन, हे सगळ्या गोष्टी कशा दाखवतात, ते कसं इम्प्लिमेंट केलेलं आहे, हे आपल्या स्टुडंटनी इम्प्लिमेंट केलेलं आहे. ओके, हाऊ बाय युझिंग द IoT devices and by using the Python language.
Okay.
जनरली आपण ही सिस्टीम जिथे गेमिंग सिस्टीम राहते आपण यूज करतो. प्लेयर 1, प्लेयर 2, प्लेयर 3 नंबर ऑफ प्लेयर अवेलेबल असतात. त्याच्यापैकी कोणत्या प्लेयरनी बटन प्रेस केलेली आहे, कोणत्या पर्सनचा पहिला नंबर आलेला आहे. दॅट कॅन बी एक्सप्लेन बाय युझिंग दिस सिस्टम. This is just developed by using the IoT devices. It is the one example. Second one example is the RFID reader. Nowadays, everyone is using the RFID reader as a security purpose, as well as for for maintaining the attendance or other things. If you scan your ID for the scanner and it indicates that your entry or attendance is marked, that can be also developed by using the IoT devices. This is one is the example. Just that they are scanning the barcode, that is the white color and the blue color. If the entry is marked in the our data sheet, then it is marked as a present person. Otherwise, it is marked as a absent person, and close the LED lights. This is the third example of IoT device. Now, moving towards the basics of Python. Till time, just we have discussed how to develop the IoT devices, how to use the IoT devices, and the person are using the IoT devices. But how to write the program for the IoT devices? जे आतापर्यंत आम्ही 3 ते 4 एक्झाम्पल तुम्हाला प्रॅक्टिकली दाखवले, जसं की हँड सॅनिटायझर झालं, केबीसी सिस्टीम झाली, किंवा आपण जे RFID रीडर यूज करताय, त्याला डेव्हलप करण्यासाठी आपल्याला बेसिक ऑफ पायथॉन तरी पाहिजे. So basically, Python is a very simple language, and it can be used by any person, and there is no need of any basic background of the programming language for going through the Python. Okay. Now in the practical approach, we are moving towards the Python. For we are going to create one file of Python for start. Now see the simple example of Python language. Suppose you need to multiply or add two variables. In the Python language, you can directly work on it by declaring the variable. It is very simple and user friendly. You don't need to remember any syntax. Okay. For example, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and we need to perform the addition. Then you just need to write C is equal to A plus C, and it's giving the output of C. That's it. Okay. The program is already compiled and run successfully, process finished. But if you need to print the output, you just need to print, write the print, and print the C value. Okay, you output of the 30. 10 plus 20 is 30. हे जर आपण C++ किंवा जावा लँग्वेज मध्ये करायला गेलो, तर आपल्याला मिनिमम A डिक्लेअर करावं लागते, B डिक्लेअर करावं लागते, इंटिजर A, इंटिजर B, C, त्याच्यानंतर ब्रेसेस, सेमिकोलन्स, that you need to use. Otherwise, it gives the syntax error. But Python is a very simple language that can be used by any person without knowing the knowledge of the any other language. It is very simple language. तुम्ही जसे विचार करता तसं तुम्ही तिथे डिक्लेअर करू शकता आणि डायरेक्टली यूज करू शकता. ओके. Generally, you heard about that the machine language or machine languages, robotics, all are using the Python language for developing their projects. I will show you another one demo of face recognition. If you are going to play this one, directly they are recognize the face of the person, and if I am going to smash this face, they are not going to show anything. Okay, this one is the example. Now I will show you the simple example of SMS. मॅम कोणी नंबर सांगा, मोबाईल नंबर. आपण एक मेसेज सेंड करायचा आहे.
Yes, sir. 95
95
61 Hello. Hello.
956
956150
50
8345
8
345.
4 5. ओके. मॅम आपण इथे एक मेसेज टाईप करू. हाय, वेलकम टू IoT वर्कशॉप. आम्ही एक प्रोग्राम पायथॉन लँग्वेज यूज करून आणि फास्ट टू SMS वेबसाईट यूज करून. आता जर तुमचा डू नॉट डिस्टर्ब मध्ये इन्क्लूड नसेल मोबाईल नंबर तर तुम्हाला तो मेसेज येईल. या मेसेज सेंड. मॅम चेक
Yes,
करा.
sir. Yes, sir. I got the message. Hi, welcome to IoT workshop.
या आपण जे मेसेज इथे टाईप करू तो तिथे तुम्हाला डिस्प्ले होणार. हे पण आपण पायथॉननी यूज केलेलं आहे. आता हे जनरली आपण कुठे यूज करू शकतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपण कार यूज करताय, घर यूज करताय. आपल्या इथे जर अननोन पर्सन असं राहिलं तर आपण काय यूज करू की एक सेन्सर यूज करणार. ऑटोमॅटिकली जर ते सेन्स झालं तर तुम्हाला ऑटोमॅटिकली नोटिफिकेशन येणार की अननोन पर्सन तुमच्या याच्यावर व्हिजिट केले, एंटर करत आहे. तो मेसेज तुम्हाला इंडिकेट होणार. ओके. हे अशा प्रकारे आपण सी आणि C++ मध्ये किंवा जावा मध्ये आपण प्रोग्रामिंग करू शकतो. पण जावा इज द सिम्पल ॲज कम्पेअर्ड टू द C++ अँड जावा. Okay, those are the some Python. Now the next is the features of Python. It is the simple, robust. It is the robust, free, secure, and it can be used by the any one person and dynamic features. Okay, and the applications of it can be used for machine learning, robotics, operating system, gaming, image processing, and everywhere where the you are using the internet or internet as a things that can be used with the Python. And we have gone through the some program. Thank you. Now, if you are going to you want to develop the IoT devices, then you need to must go through the Python language. Okay, some basics are going to show you. Those are the some basic, just like the basic language, how we are using top-down approach, flowcharts, features of Pythons, how we are using to use a variable and identify data types, comments, reserve words are in the Python, some reserve words just like the print, scan, how to use the if-else statement, nested if-else statement. If you are going to say that if some intruder are coming to your home and need to send a notification, that time you need to use the if-else statement or the while statement. Basic tuples, list, directory, functions, all are the basics of the Python that we can cover. And that one workshop we are going to schedule from the 1st July. Rest of the thing can be discussed by the Tambe sir. Tambe sir? Hello? Kaila sir? Hello? Okay. Due to some network issue may not be available. Those are the all things we are going to cover in the workshop. If
Will
you
you
are
just give us
interested,
an overview of the workshop? How many days it will last and how what will be the timings for that?
yeah, yeah, ma'am. This workshop start from the 1st July and its cost is the 200. But we are going to cover all those things whatever we are showing. हे जे दाखवत आहे सगळ्या गोष्टी आपण कव्हर करणार आहे आणि त्याचं मिनी प्रोजेक्ट पण आपण कव्हर करणार आहे आणि त्याचं बेनिफिट असं आहे की आपण हे IoT विथ पायथॉन प्रॅक्टिकल अप्रोच करणार आहे प्रत्येक प्रोजेक्टचे टास्क कंप्लीट करणार आहे, मिनी प्रोजेक्ट लास्टला डेव्हलप करणार आहे, ई सर्टिफिकेट सगळ्यांना अलोकेट करेल, ऍज वेल एज बेनिफिट म्हणजे आपण काय करणार आहे, याला 1 मंथ इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम म्हणून आम्ही डिक्लेअर केलेला आहे. तर 1 जुलै पासून एव्हरी डे 2 अवर्सचा हा प्रोग्राम राहणार, ज्याच्यात आपण 3 to 5 वर्कशॉप किंवा आपण सेमिनार कंडक्ट करणार आणि त्याच्यात हे सगळे कंटेंट्स कव्हर करणार. ऍट द लास्ट 10 days आपण फक्त प्रोजेक्टवर वर्क करणार आहे मॅम, आणि हे सगळे कंटेंट्स आपण कव्हर करणार आहे पायथॉनचे. ऍज वेल एज जर पॉसिबल झालं तर आपण IoTचे पण काही कंटेंट्स आपण कव्हर करू. दॅट्स इट फ्रॉम. इफ you have any query regarding this, you can ask.
And placement assistance means what, sir?
मॅम प्लेसमेंट असिस्टन्स मीन्स जर फायनल इयरचा कोणी स्टुडंट आहे आपल्या इथे आणि त्यांनी जर याच्यात प्रॉपरली परफॉर्म केलं तर आमच्यासोबत जे टायप कंपनीज आहे त्यांच्यासोबत त्यांना प्लेसमेंट आपण हे स्टुडंटला काही आपण प्लेसमेंटसाठी प्लेस करू किंवा स्टुडंटला तिथे इंटरव्ह्यू साठी आपण सेंड करू शकतो, तर त्यांनी सॅटिस्फाय केलं प्रॉपरली तर.
Okay, sir.
आणि इंटर्नशिप साठी पर स्टुडंटला 1 पण इंटर्नशिप साठी आपण कंपल्सरी सगळ्यांना देत आहे. आणि जर ते चांगले परफॉर्म करत असेल तर आपण 1-2 कंपनीमध्ये त्यांना कंटिन्यू पण करायला सांगणार, डिपेंड अपॉन देअर परफॉर्मन्स. I will share the chat box. Those are interested can be joined on that.
And you are going to start it from the 1st July, na sir? Daily 2 hours?
Yeah, ma'am.
And mostly in the evening, na sir, timing?
Yeah, ma'am. Mostly in the evening, because most of the colleges starting from the 1st July. Its
Yes.
timing is 9 to 3. So mostly we are going to start from after 3 o'clock.